Hello, everybody. Welcome to your daily pop and happiest of happy New Year's. Oh my gosh, you guys, funny story. I want you to guess when I tell you. Try to guess what game I was playing last night with my family that lasted 7 hours. It could have been longer. It was 8. We started right before 9 and we finished at 5:20 a.m. And it was me and Joni, Frank and Hagen, and we began, and it was such a funny thing. And the crazy thing is I got the upper hand so early in the game that I literally could have probably finished it in like 2 hours. But it's one of those things when you're playing your children, you love them, you don't want to annihilate them, so you keep calm about the whole situation. So anyway, I don't even know if this generation is aware of this game. It was my mother's generational game, and I remember the fights that would break out and people would go absolutely ballistic. So see if you know what game I'm talking about without having said what it is, and then I'll tell you what it is. Okay, so the game is Risk. It's very simple. You occupy certain countries than continents, and you try to hold continents. You get more troops for holding all your borders and keeping that, and then you can form alliances and allegiances and attack together and all of that. And almost the first 15 minutes of the game, I had North America and South America and a lot of dudes on the border, so they were fortified. So over and over, I kept getting the troops for owning and staying and fortifying the boundaries and that. So I kept building numbers while everybody else was squabbling a little bit, losing stuff. And it was just the funniest freaking game because it was everybody against me, because obviously they were saying if we don't it sounded so funny. If you didn't know we're playing a game and I taped it, it would sound like they were trying to murder me. They're like, we have to kill mom. Mom's getting too strong. We've got to kill mom. We got to all cheat up and kill mom. And it was so funny. If you didn't know what the reference to it would have been so funny. It's funny how you love your children, so you want to give them a sporting chance. You want them to build up troops. You actually want them to roll higher than you. But I do have this one crazy thing in games and cards, and they kept saying it. Why are you always so lucky? You're always so lucky. You always roll so high. In cards, you always get the best cards. And I'm not kidding you. I'm one of the luckiest gamers. Hagen's like, man, you have to go to Las Vegas. And I just do. I have unbelievable luck in games, and I wanted to roll lower. I wanted to do less good because they were so happy when they would get a little foothold, and it was hilarious and so joyful. But it is the one game that should come with a warning. It brings out the best in people when they make alliances and stuff, but it brings out the worst, because what happens is you do at certain times, you get very attached to the countries that you now live and own in, and especially if you get the whole continent. So if somebody then breaks an alliance or wants to come for that, people really do get a little nutty. I stayed in my countries, then I took over Europe too, and I had all of Europe, and I fortified my boundaries. So I had North America, South America, and Europe, and then I was untouchable because I was getting and upwards to 12 to 20 troops every turn to fortify them. But it was so fun, but I've never played a game for 7 hours. It was utterly ballistic. So if my voice fades in, it's just because we were talking and yelling. We had so much fun. But it reminded me of, this is exactly what I want for the new year: to plant seeds, to spend time with my family, to be silly and to do those things. And in the book, that it talks about how seeds are delicate and fragile, yet every single one carries the intelligence of an entire plant with it. So every tiny seed contains root, leaves, flowers, stems, and everything that makes the plant beautiful and unique. So seeds of intention right now, especially with a lot of people setting resolutions, mine is really to slow down and do super quality work and don't rush anything. That's it. Because what was happening, I was noticing I would take so much supplies over to my work area, and I would work. And I wasn't taking proper breaks to kind of integrate. And I like a lot of study time, learning time. I like watching TED Talks, all these things that I can integrate into my videos. So that's my thing, to continue with that, but also to have them enhanced in little ways. I'm going to do some unique dynamic things. That's kind of my resolution. And also, to continue to pause before I do say or believe of certain things that I'm thinking to really qualify if these things are true or not. Like most people, when I get up, our brain is dedicated to giving us a to-do list. For some freaked out reason, it wants us to hey, it's morning here. Let me inundate you with all the stuff. So instead, it's like, what can I do to mellow out and get in a great headspace so I can transmute that energy and translate it to other people? One of my gifts is, and I'm very lucky, is I can translate a lot of different information, and I can condense it and put it in layman's terms and make it interesting too, because science and medicine and other things are, and this came with a skill set that I had to learn for 3D when I was managing a bookstore. I had to teach myself to kind of speed read pretty damn fast and then be able to explain why this book was excellent. I had so many cool clients that come in there and go, oh Mel, what's the best new thing? And I remember once reading A Beautiful Mind in like 2 nights, and I just really had a way to do that. And I thought, and through practice, like, what are the most interesting aspects? What's not going to give away the plot points? All of that stuff. So I'm always planting seeds to learn new things, because new things are exciting, and it's about releasing any limitations when you're learning things, because then the more information you have on something, the more fascinating it becomes, right? So plant seeds for that. So this is ideas that are forming in your spirit now, you guys, or they will be there soon. So whether you've been envisioning yourself as the head of a thriving business, planning to start a family, innovating new ways to bring healthy food to you or your community, you have been trusted by the universe to bring this intention to life, and you're going to do it. Again, talk yourself up. Tell yourself, I can do this. I can talk about good nutrition and help my family with that. Whatever it is, go for it, because your intentionality is, that goal for the taking. Let's do this. So that's why we also have to be careful with our intentions, because sometimes they're not ready to be shared too. We just planted the seeds. Like, I'm not a big one for, if I have a big plan, I'm not going to go out and announce it everywhere. I want to have a strong foothold. And most of the times I like to just conduct it quietly, do it, and then say, hey, come see this thing. You know what I mean? If you're saving up for something new, or like if I were ever to learn an instrument, I would learn it on the down low, and then just come out and try to be all Mozart-y with it. Like, I wouldn't be like, I'm learning the piano and I'm going to do this and that. Like, I like the sneak attack with that. And so keep it quiet also, so you don't get too many people's opinions bouncing off you when you're trying to fortify your position of trying to have this new endeavor, and another thing, isn't it weird? Remember when you were like a teenager and you're like, oh, I'm going to try this, or I'm going to try out for theater, or I'm going to try out for band, I'm going to try out for something. Then you have like 10 friends that are like, do you really want to do that? Because they're speaking from their agenda, what they want. Everybody wants something different. They probably want you to spend more time with them, so they don't want you to join band, gymnastics, and 80 other things. And lots of times we let our friends talk us out of a good idea for their benefit. That's another reason we don't need to be sharing with everybody, because part of this is our spiritual journey. And this is something, whenever I decided, it was years ago, like, I never told anybody when I was, I don't know what school was that, like middle school, junior high. Yeah, I never told people that, like, when I was going walks around the thing, like, I would walk sometimes on lunch break to clear my head. Again, being an empath, I could sense all the anxiety of everybody in school. And oh my God, that middle school, junior high, everybody was so anxious. And to clear my head and be calm, I'd go for walks. And I would talk to my spirit guides, hang out and just talk to them, relax, and get really centered and grounded. It was not the most seen thing too. Like, most kids didn't want to want to talk gossip and boys and all that, but the information coming from me from all the different people and their faces in the lunchroom and everything would not help me. So I would do that. And again, it was a spiritual journey early, and it is a lifelong process, and it's never truly complete. But we want to find out who we are and direct that self-actualization towards a higher purpose. And you're going to be doing that in a really big way, embarking on new adventures, expressing yourself beautifully. You're meant for all these positive signs that are showing up for you on this new path. A lot of people have been DMing me, wow, I'm seeing these songs, these numbers, all these things over and over and over, and I feel it. I know they are meant for something. They're meant for a big picture, puzzle pieces coming together. Hallelujah, 100%, that is very true. Spirit Weaver, I love this. Now, I love this because we talked about this in another read too. Magic isn't something that's just reserved for just a few people, a lucky few. Everybody is born with really powerful magic. You're going to have that magic till the end of eternity. It keeps incarnating with us. So we have the ability to manifest the life of our dreams every damn moment. And so why aren't we starting now? It can start with just clarifying, what does a dream life look for you? What does it feel like? Are you, doing some activist work? Are you traveling more? Like, I had decided that I'm saving like a banshee this year, and I'm going to start some major travel adventures next year. I'm a Sagittarius. I need to adventure forth, and I haven't gone to Europe or left the my vicinity in a while, and there's a whole bunch of places I want to see. So that's something that Spirit is helping me weave into my tapestry. So it doesn't matter whether you're seeking wealth or love or healing. It is more than within your grasp. The first step to manifesting really this fulfilling life is believing that you can. As soon as I believed that I could have this vocation for life, I jumped in with both feet, and I ended up being very successful in it because I give it my heart. I invest time and effort and learning into it. I like quality. It's in my wheelhouse. I'm well informed in these areas. These are where my gifts and talents lie, and so I should be doing it. And it is weird, a lot of people where their gifts and talents lies, they can sometimes think are their hobbies because they enjoy it so much, but that's truly, you should love how you earn your abundance in life. So that is something that you're also going to weave into that. I'm so excited for this new year. I am hoping everybody accomplishes what they want. They have appreciation for themselves and everything around them. They have gratitude, and they jump into that meaningful life with beautiful motives. They have patience. They feel fulfilled and empowered in everything they're doing, and they dedicate time to rest and relaxation and fun too. And I feel like everything is limitless, and I really want people to feel this on this particular day, that every day is a fresh start whenever we want it. But this powerful 1/1 is especially a high frequency time to be able to navigate any changes where we want that. So love and light to you guys. And thank you so much for watching my videos over here. I appreciate you guys so much. This lifts me up when I start my day with this. It really helps me out as well. And I appreciate you guys more than I could say. So love and light.